Hello future tech leaders, I'm Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now we are under the integration part. Under the integration part, we have something called connector or subscription statistics. Subscription in the sense it is something which has been subscribed. Subscribed means it clearly means that there is some service associated with it. For example, we spoke about user data. User data comes from the HR system. If we are automating that data, if we are trying to automate that data, that clearly means that it's a subscription. This gives the statistics between and date, how many times it has run successfully. Between, it gives the complete information on all the activity. If you would just want to see the upload connectors, you can go ahead and see the upload connectors. You can see the names as well. We spoke about user upload. We understood about rate grid. There's something called standard upload activity. Let me see activity items rate classification upload. This is GovBS in the sense it's a cost center. Picklist config upload. These are some of the upload. Similarly, we have got some download. The download files are something. When you see this here, it is like it is going from FiledGlass to the other system. Timesheets, that is going to another system. Approved timesheet download. User role download. User role download is not much required to any other system from FiledGlass, but we have the connector. It's not been set up, but yes. Standard approved timesheets. Supplier detail download. User download got a lot of things. It is left to the configuration manager and the company to decide what are all the connectors they use in the normal course of business. Let us go to the subscription activity. We have got two subscriptions. We have two download subscriptions. One is for the LMS system, which is a downstream system. It has run 0 out of 6 if in. It is just failing. That means it is worker download, which has run 6 times between these days, 7 times between these days. We do not have any upload subscription. See, this is a test site. You literally do not need the integration to be set up here. Test sites are completely used for even to test the integration. They do that. They have tested the integration for a couple of them and they are with it. Next to that, do we have any questions, guys? I'll be taking you through the connector. I'll be taking you through how to upload, how to troubleshoot the errors. We cannot discuss on all the connectors, but I will be talking through some of the important connectors. By that you will understand how to use certain connectors. Let's get into the download data list. This is again the connectorate. It also explains why it has been used. Why it has been used. Can it be run by the UI? The UI is, can this connector be run by user interface? We have got some laws. Let's see what is this. Business here. It's been disabled. For the user interface, it's been disabled. We cannot use it. It's only the configuration manager who can use it, or if the configuration manager enables it, we can use it. You see, I cannot select this. Let's see if we have one. You have got this. Downloads the worker data for current active workers' timesheets. Cost center legal entity. If you want to see how it looks, we can select any one of them. We shall look into any one of them. I'm just searching something that is easily understandable for you guys. Let me pick up the worker data itself. This one, if I click on download. When I click on download, I need to put across the date in and format that it runs. Between the dates, let me put on the dates. Like it's 1. It is 1/2/07/2010. I'm running it manually and it doesn't go through to the downstream systems. I have downloaded the data. This is the data. This is how it's been set up. The connector has been set up with many columns. Whatever the data that needs to be fetched has been set up here and I get all those data. I'm getting the complete list of active workers set within the system. Similarly, we can do those for the other data as well. Download draft or rejected timesheets. This is with respect to the timesheets. We can enter the field that we want as the key field. We can mention the date. We are using comma as the delimiter. Delimiters are very important because it's a comma separated value. That is CSV files that we are using. We don't have any timesheets because it's a test site and nobody fills in the timesheet. You don't have it, but in the production environment, you are going to find it. That's the reason why we use the, that is, with respect to the timesheets. Most of the administrators will have nothing to do with these timesheets until and unless some of the contractors having any issues with punching their time into the timesheet for some technical aspects. For some technical issues, if they are finding it difficult to fill up the timesheets, that's the only time where we have to get into that issue. Rate schedule based timesheet. Again, it's something related to the timesheet. Again, it comes up in a similar way. That's again, it's with respect to the timesheet. The subscription activities. This gives what are all being subscribed. As I told you, it's a test environment. They don't go for the subscription. Even if they go for the subscription until the configuration is done, until the go live period or just right after the go live period. That's the only extent to which they can go for the subscription. And then they're going to stop it as soon as things are working fine in the production environment. They'll try to get enabled as and when they want to test any of the integration part. All the subscriptions will be shown here. As we saw, there were only two subscriptions. One is the worker download, the other one is MS. I think worker download is still active. It is still active because it's going down. It's today. It's today and it is still going down, going to the downstream systems. The one, what we downloaded is the one that we find here as well. That's with respect to the subscription activity. Integration audit trial. This is the, as I told you, audit trial is something which gives the timeline or what has happened for a certain period of time with respect to any of the module or any of the connectors on. This gives the complete information with respect to upload and download between start and end dates. We have got something called web services here. When we say web services, it is the automation. It's the integration that's been automated. UI means it is something that's been run by the user. As like this. These are the different kind of versions that's been there that they are utilizing. Where do we set it? It's a configuration manager who sets this up with a configuration manager access. This is a VBS element work break structure. It is called work break structure where we have got a cost center. Similarly, if a candidate is working for two projects, both the projects will be having different cost centers. Then to fill up the timesheet, he needs to go against those cost centers. That's called as work break structure. If he is concentrating on two projects, 50% on one, 50% on the other, he is going to fill up the timesheets accordingly with respect to both the cost centers. Standard pure response upload. This is something which comes from Ariba or ERPS4. Once the work order is created, the first level of approval will be done within FiledGlass by the hiring manager. And the second level of approval goes to Ariba S4 as per the integration. Once it goes down, a purchase requisition will be created. Once the purchase requisition is approved by the financial manager, their PO will be created and written back. That is the PO response here. That's the PO response. You want to see this? We can go ahead and see if that's getting downloaded. Let me see it right here. This is for the object ID. I see a work order here. Status is approved. PO reference. Status. PO item reference. It is the line item of the PO. This is completely a business document which is quite similar to the bills, I would say. We'll be having different line items for different stuff. When we get into this in the system, let's get into the system and make you understand. Do you guys see this? I went on for this. I see the reference ID. The reference ID. Item category. That's what it is. Similarly, if we have to do something, let's go with any of the data. I'm going to put that here. I'm going to switch up the rule of 50. Reference 0. Approve line item. Save to. This is the one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to upload this. As it is in the confirmed state, I've selected that. I'll go to upload data. Choose from download. I need to select the connector because I don't have the header data here. It said PO response. Type it as PO. Standard PO response. I got it here. I'll select upload. I'll click here to see what is the status. As I've expanded, let me diminish it once. This is the one. It says records are not processed. Data error. What is that? Work order should be pending external acceptance status. Pending external acceptance. Status is like the external acceptance from the external system. I took up the confirmed ID and it's not accepting it. I'll go back to any of the data which was external pending acceptance. Let's go for investment. Let's open this as well. Let's see what we have got there. Do we have what to do? I think it's been recently revised. Let's go ahead and upload this one. I'll go to upload data. Select. This is the one. If I don't select this, it will run into error because we don't have the ABOS account and the connector file. I'll click on it. It's again throwing the error. What is it? Work order should be in the pending external acceptance status. Let's go back. I don't know why it should. This is pending acceptance status. Let us use this one. I save it. I go ahead and upload it. It is in progress. I'll refresh it. Now it is successful. How do I get to know that? I get to know that because it says the records processed and it is. The status. It says It says upload data error right here. Now we uploaded the data and it is successful. Let's go across. It is successful. It says it is successful. Now I'm going to go into it. I'll go into it, get into the details. Just check what I uploaded. We see what was the data there. It's been updated. Any custom fields will be like this. Say it is a custom field. If it is a native field, it will be like this. Now we see the PID. It's not a custom field. This thigh mark over here it is. It represents the custom fields. Connectors and subscription statistics is like it shows all the subscriptions that's been running through. Subscription in the sense anything that's been automated. This is something which will be set up by the configuration manager. Administrator cannot set this up. Configuration manager has to set up the connector. He has to set up the subscription as well. No doubt the subscription has to be. Finally, it has to be approved at the field class end. What this says is the set of connectors that is running through. This gives the statistics. The statistics in the sense how many times between and date it's been run. Anything in green shows successful. Anything in red is failure. I think we have got. This is a test environment. We don't have the subscription set up for many of them. I think for some of them we have got it is for LMS and for the standard worker downloads. We see 3 times out of these. Many has failed. 3 times it has passed through and the remaining has been failed. We see 6 out of 653, 3 out of 656. This just gives an idea for a week. For example, if it is being set to run once in a day, out of how many runs it has passed through successfully. If it has run for 7 out of 7, it says 7 in green. If it has failed, it would say 7 in red on the other side. This is the connectors. We can see the upload connectors and the download connectors. Upload connectors are data that is coming from the different system to field class. Download connectors to something where field class is sending out the data to the downstream systems to other systems. This is about the connector subscription statistics. The complete options over here under integration. It all deals with the connectors. It is completely dealing with the connectors. It gives us in download data. You see, it gives us a glimpse of why it has been used. This integration downloads worker data for currently active workers. If you hover over, you get the complete information right here. This gives an idea which connector has been used for what. By download data, you can completely understand which is used for what. In many cases, we need to find out which connector can be used in certain situations. It is that the remaining things. I think you joined by that time. Download rate is just a moment. I'm just sitting right next to the window and the window is facing towards the road. Whatever comes in, whichever the vendor comes in, we can hear very loudly. We have see whatever we discussed upon far in many sessions, we discussed on many different things. And for most of the things, we have got the connectors here. There are some cases where the connectors will be disabled by the configuration manager. For example, see if I click on business unit, it's not happening. But as if I click on the other one, it gets punched. This has been disabled. We cannot use this business unit connector. There are many things can be used. How it can be used? I'll just give an example. I just gave an example on one of the connectors where the PO is writing back. This is with respect to the timesheets. We don't involve much, the administrators won't involve much in the timesheets. But yes, that is with respect to the timesheets. The subscription activity shows all the subscriptions that's been running through. That is the status shows here. All the subscription that is set up in the system will be shown here. This shows the subscription statistics. We understood why integration audit trial is used. It is used because when we upload the data, we need to check the status of it. We are checking it here. We need to check the status of the web services file that's been automated. We are going to check it here. This is the first place to check. This is the checkpoint to check the communication between FiledGlass and the other systems, whether it is to or pro, whether the data is inbound or outbound. This is the place where we can check everything. Far, you can see some of the files that's been uploaded. Over here, UI stage user interface. We have manually done that. Web services says it's automated. It's automatically coming in from the setup. Far, this is what we have discussed. What you see here is the user upload connector. This is the connector used to enable the user access within the system, within the FiledGlass system. This data comes from the HR system. We have got some of the important data that is available for each of the employees and the role name. The role name is something that's been defined within FiledGlass. It's not the role that's been given by the company. It should be something defined within the FieldGlass. They have got their legal entity, Business Unit Supervisor Default Cost Center. Site access, and there's a site code. For example, if I go ahead and search this user in FieldGlass, the user is not available at all. Let's search with the name. There's a test site. We cannot make sure that things will be available, but we should try. No, we don't see. However, let's not worry about that. What we will do this. Try to create something on our server. That's the requirement. Now I'm going to upload this. See, this is a bulk file. When it comes to the connectors, we have got various ones. I'll go ahead and select this one. Just now saved. We can try this connector as well. I think there is another one. This is the one. One is called as bulk full. We have another format called bulk delta. Bulk full is the connector where we need to have the complete user list. The complete user list needs to be available there. If not, if I just try to upload the one that I've created now, then it creates a problem for the remaining. It tries to delete. However, the configuration manager can set up the rule that if the users are to be deleted, it should not be more than 10% of the user data. By that, it's going to just fail without harming the data within the system. Now I'm going to upload. I think I already uploaded it. Right? Yes. Start the upload. This would take a whole lot of time because that's a huge data. I'll click here to see the status of my upload. It is in progress. Let's go ahead and see. In the meantime, the users. Do we have any users open? This is how the user data or user profile looks like in the FieldGlass. We can set in the proxies for them to act on their behalf for any sort of approvals. If they are out of office for a certain period of time. Delegations, is on top of approval, they can go ahead and set up on behalf of the user, this user. Just click on our delegates. I've got numerous users. For example, like I said, this guy. It becomes this delegate. When Imane is out or on behalf of Imane, he can go ahead and approve, or he can go ahead and set up the work order or S4 view. We can set the period as well between and dates he needs to be. This is how it looks when it comes to the user data. It is in progress because it is a huge data, as I explained to you guys. It's a huge data. Let it be in progress. In the meantime, we shall try to discuss on another connector. Connector. Worker data. This is the report that we discussed today. We shall try to pick up any of the connectors right here. We spoke about the custom fields, right? Custom fields is something which, when created within the system by the admin and config managers at the time of implementation, those fields to be updated, we need to have seen the brackets as I explained you there. This one. See, native fields are without C in the brackets. Custom fields are seen in the brackets. And on the interface, what you see is an I mark. This is the user data that's been used. On top of it, we have got, you see here, the job posting template. Why it's being used? It's been used because job posting templates even is required as per the requirement of the business across the globe. And they cannot keep on manually creating it one by one. See, if there are say 5 or 10, they can do it manually. If they need something more, then it is good to use a connector. What I'll do, I'll download this. This is the header data. It says type is equal to job posting template. When this is here, I don't need to select the connector when I'm uploading. For example, I'm creating a job posting template. Modification type is A. Contingent type is standard, classic. What have been used here. Let's go ahead and see. Let's say classic. Parent title. Type. Description. Let's give it as new here. Instruction. Get it. Whatever we are trying to do manually, we try to replicate the same thing here. Say for example, we select this title. Cat. It says selectable. Job. We need to have the job code, but it's optional. Let's leave it alone. Supplier recruiter, supplier code. We're going to have time. What did we select? I can't do a finished. There are certain fields which are very important, mandatory fields that needs to be updated. If not, it's going to throw an error. Service type is done. Just going to look at your site. Let's continue. Career site. A primary work of the time. Similarly, whatever the mandatory fields are there, we need to put on that. To be precise, we don't need to have many fields over here. Rather, we might have to filter these fields or columns in the configuration manager. Configuration manager has to filter this and just maintain whatever is required. I'm going to fill up like this. I'll go ahead and update this. Upload this. Say it might run into the header because we haven't filled everything. Because that I have the header data, I'm not going to see the connector. Not required. It's going to recognize from itself. We can do what we can do in the meantime. We can go ahead and see what has happened to the user data. User data. The upload data is error because we see timesheet type timesheet frequency distribution. We have got a list here. We have got a list. We need to update that. What are all missing? Timesheet type is missing. We need to find out. These are the ones which is missing. We shall walk around on that. In the meantime, we shall see what is happening with this user upload. User upload is still in progress. How far it has come? It is just saying upload in progress. Let that be there. In the meantime, if you would like to search, let's go ahead and search on some of the missing data. Timesheet type is missing. What are all the timesheet type that they normally maintain? Let's go to the classic itself. It's the standard one. Let's go for the standard one itself. Timesheet type timesheet. Frequency weekly. Distribution road. Distribution rules which are set to all suppliers. Distribution list. What they have maintained in the distribution list. and then the posting rules to be certain. Maximum and minimum rate. On we can go ahead. See, by default, these many things will not be enabled in the production side. Don't worry about it. In the production side, it's only some of them which will be enabled. If at all, in case, if the job posting templates needs to be created, we are supposed to do this. But in most of the cases, it is MSP who's going to manage this. If in case the company, the buyer is not engaging the MSPs, then we will have to get into it. That's one of the important. Now we see this one. It's been uploaded. That's been uploaded. The records are even failed there, but that's not a problem, because it only accepts whatever is processed. It leaves out the failures. Similarly, if you add on to this required data right here, we can see a new template right there. Whatever the manual stuff, we do it. Similarly, we can do that here. If you have many things to upload, we can upload it right here. One upload, but yes, the data needs to be properly aligned. What else we have got? If we have good processing, the dates are something which is not supposed to be in the template. It is supposed to be added when they are creating the job posting using that template. Templates should be kept simple, not with rates. All the other parts can be filled in, whereas this should not be. Did you guys get an idea on how to use the connectors? Whenever it throws an error, go through the error message properly and do the requirement on those error messages. Let's go through the process. We have got something called profile worker upload. Let's try that. It's a simple thing. It's not. This is the profile worker. Let's go ahead and select any one of them. Any one of the cost objects. Let's go with this. Some job code needs to be there. Let's look out for the job code. All these things are like, I'm doing it because it's a test site and we don't have the definite data known. And hence I'm doing this by searching. But as when we are creating, most of the data will be given by the user itself. 0. Location. What's your call for location in the active locations? Even though here we see the template. These templates can be downloaded to bulk upload the some active supplier code where the profile worker is supported. I'll go with this one. It's a profile worker upload. Is approval required? Not at all. It's not required. It's a direct upload. When we are uploading as an administrator, it's a direct upload and we don't need to. The user has nothing to do with the approvals. Send notification. Notification will be sent to the respective parties. Prevent duplicates. It is preventing the duplicate date format. Comments on. I have prepared the file now. I'll go ahead and upload it. I'm not selecting because I have got the typeset in the file itself. I'll click on it. If I've got any error messages, I'm going to get that there. Maybe it's right there. Let's check the file. That's still available. This is how we're going to create the profile worker on the interface. Similarly, we do that. I don't know for some reason. We don't have the language on. This is how we use. Which file content is missing. If you want to check the error file can be retrieved. It's only the error. Data can be seen there with the error comments. cost object. I don't know why cost object code is missing. What was the cost object code that we had entered in? I think there are certain cost objects which we use and certain which are not. It needs to be aligned properly as it is at the test site. It will not be perfectly aligned. That's alright. It is just this. The procedure needs to be understood on how to do it and how to detect the errors that we get. Most of the data we don't have to worry. It is the user's data. In most of the cases, it is users who will be doing it. And if we have to do any sort of bulk request will be sent with the data and we have to do it back in. Because users will be unable to upload the data in bulk from their backend because they will not be having that option. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.